Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor 40 Winners at War. Oh, yeah, it was a good one. As you can
Oh my.
see, it's kind of Christmas around here. We're trying to be festive and, oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
No.
just festive and happy because
Because
not to
nothing else. We have nothing else.
we have nothing else. And
Yeah.
I'm moving, so my tree was out anyway. But
And I never
guys,
took the decorations off. I just stuck it in the closet because,
what an amazing episode. I hope you guys can hear me.
Well,
Yeah, we can
I
hear you.
think that we need to start off with the real meaning of Christmas, which is that Allison doesn't have to wear poop ears anymore, but somebody else will have to wear a poop hat next week.
I just want to say that was the longest 15 minutes of my life watching
Oh man.
that Edge of Extinction challenge. And Tyson came back, you guys. What the heck? And of course, Tyler's in here tonight. Where's
I know.
Pat? Tyler, it's Tyler's
rub it in.
boyfriend's birthday. How
No.
convenient. It's
Yeah.
almost like he knew or something. I don't
It's almost
know.
like he said, I have a strong feeling I'm going to have to wear a poop hat, and I don't want to do that on my boyfriend's birthday.
Of
So
course
we're
not.
going to make him wear it until Tyson gets voted out, which hopefully that won't happen.
Oh, he's trying to start some crap with me about that wasn't part of the agreement. Look,
Oh,
bitch,
yeah, it was. That's what I
I'm
heard.
sorry.
That's what I heard.
for
I
a
heard
Three
that.
on one.
with
Three
two
on one.
piles of shit on my head.
I say 3 against 1. He has to wear.
I say we all swear to it, and I heard.
That
Yes.
correct. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm trying to keep up with the chat, you guys, but as you can see, I'm in moving mode, and I'm a mess, and it's hard for me to navigate. I'm an old woman. I'm a nana. So everyone in the chat, we got Joseph, Matt, Kevin, Jay West, everybody who's in there. You guys, Wendell is gone tonight. Yes, it is Queen's Day.
I am not happy about that. I want to know how the hell that just happened.
I'll tell you why it happened.
Tell us what
Sophie's why it
tonight,
happened.
Beth.
I'm gonna go let's go right into the strategy here. Okay. So we're gonna summarize something really quickly, then we can go back and talk about it.
Okay.
Jeremy and Denise won immunity, right? It probably would have been open-ended. Denise goes. Like that would have been the name. I'm sure maybe things would have changed, whatever. She won immunity, queen, she saves herself. Oh, big Denise fan, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the real strategy, which is Jeremy's the reason why Wendell went tonight.
I believe
Jeremy,
I agree.
They hung out too much.
They hung out too much, and Jeremy was too defensive of their relationship to the point where I think, to Jeb's point, I think that Sophie was able to convince Sarah and who else, like, they're too close. Jeremy is always going to choose Wendell over other people. His excuse was, we need another shield. You have an alliance of shields. You don't need another shield. What you need is another number, and everybody else can see that. What Denise did, as the other person who had immunity, was sat back and said, you want to vote out who everyone perceives to be my number one ally in this game? I'm cool with that. I'll do what you guys need me to do. Okay, so guess who doesn't think that Adam and Denise are probably that close anymore? And guess who's still in the game? Adam. So I think that there was a big issue there. I also wonder how much, to a certain extent, Sophie is upset with Nick and Wendell for flipping on Yule. So I think that Sophie and Sarah really were able to drive Tony and eventually Jeremy, because I do think that Jeremy would have been the last vote for Wendell. I don't actually think that he voted for Adam. I think it was just Michelle, Nick, and Wendell who voted for Adam. So just saying, I think it's Jeremy's fault, dude. You played it too. He went into that saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna, be this like mafioso kind of person." You basically did the same thing that you said you weren't gonna do.
It's kind of like sitting there and, it's like, well, do you want Nick or do you want Wendell? And he's like, well, I want to go with Nick. Wendell's not, I'm not really this or that. But then you're sitting over there just hanging out,
He
being
should not have
gross.
spoken to Wendell at all.
No.
You got your knees cut off.
Let's talk about something like Jeremy said in the first episode about Denise and Adam. You guys committed the number one rule, which is don't go off by yourselves and create a target for yourselves. Bitch, you just did that at the merge. You did exactly what you're not supposed to do, which is create a buddy-buddy relationship with somebody that, this is a little different because there's prior relationships, but with someone who you weren't even on a tribe with. It's one thing to be like hang out with them within the context of other people. But if it's just the two of you goofing around and like, hitting each other and doing that kind of thing, that is nonverbal communication cues that people pick up on.
That's like if we were playing in a game together and the three of us were all like, if we were playing Sequester or whatever, and the three of us are always in a room together. Well, I was just talking to Allison about Beth, or I was just talking to Deb
you
about
have to
Allison.
divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you group whenever you can, but you don't do it in front of an audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I just was harking back to, remember when season 39, a more complex yet simpler time, when Elaine was throwing her alliance members in the water, and I'm just thinking to myself, boy, we all said, what a stupid move, and no one has actually learned from that, which is don't throw your alliance members in the water and have wrestling matches and all that kind of stuff. And they're doing the boy version of it up there, like hitting each other, playfully fighting, playfully like making fun of each other. Like, that's going to create a target, guys. This is Survivor 40 and you've all won before.
It's like I'm talking shit about Beth to Deb, and then Deb turns around 5 minutes later, I'm freaking French braiding her hair. Oh yeah, let's get rid of this bitch. I'm gonna give her cornrows. I don't know.
God.
I don't think that Wendell did anything. I'm sorry, guys, this microphone sucks and you can hear everything I'm doing, breathing wise and everything. But I don't think Wendell did anything tonight to go home. I do think Jeremy did it all for him. Period. Yeah. That's it. And I don't know. Poor little Adam. But hey, the point
Poor Adam is shitting his pants.
Listen, Tyson's back.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning of the episode and really just like soak in the Tyson win and everything. So Allison, it's your winner pick. Why don't you go and talk about Tyson?
I'm so fucking happy. I'm so happy right now, you guys.
So what is
he sounded so conflicted as to why he wanted to be there.
Oh yeah. You
before
can tell.
the competition. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think is going to be his impact on the game? And have we already started to see it in this episode?
Well, his name didn't even come up.
After
coming back. He even said, I'm playing it. I've gotten into trouble and now I know I need to keep my mouth shut and all that. And his name didn't even come up. I'm sure it will come up again because, it's Tyson. But
was he safe this round?
I think that he coming together with what's the cowboy guy's name again? I'm having Ben. I think him, Ben, and Tony coming together and saying, listen, the ones that are laying low and this and that, we need to get the silent threats out, the SPDs, the silent farts. We got to get them out.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very good strategy. I do think at the beginning of the episode when they go, oh, look, it's all old schoolers, all lined picked off one by one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. I'm having a hard time. Let me see. Matt said, I think Tyson will be a number. Yes, he definitely will be a number. 100%. I'm sorry. Something weird is going on with my computer as I'm sitting here. Like, I can't touch anything.
No Kevin has asked, does Tyson still have his peanut butter? I think it's just, I think he probably would have eaten a lot of it before the challenge, but I wouldn't be shocked if he still has a little bit left and he doesn't have to share it with anybody.
I'm sure that do anything.
I hope we have like a little like 1 minute segment next week that's just like, I still have my peanut butter, and he's sneaking off doing that and like, trying to do some coconut bandit shit. I want him and Tony to do something stupidly funny next week.
Jesus. Did anybody else catch it when they're sitting there having their little I hate this mic. The celebratory dinner, and he was like, I got to keep my mouth, I got to lay low because I was playing this game before some of these guys even got in their survivor diapers. Oh, it drops in the floor. I dropped the floor. I'm like, that's amazing. I just love. Listen, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Can I be real for a second?
I'll allow it.
You've always been real.
Really emotional when Tyson got back in the game and I started crying. Aww. And I know that seems really silly to you're like, what the fuck is she crying about? This is such a dark time right now that everyone is going through, being stuck in our houses and quarantine and everything, and to be able to wait all week for Wednesday to come for 1 hour to forget everything that's going on, and just to be happy that my winner pick came in, got back in the game, made me cry because I was like, holy shit, I'm actually happy about something.
We feel like kids at Christmas when Survivor's about to come on.
Yeah, and that's why I put my tree up.
See, you know what? I feel bad for Deb because your winner pick got back in the game, my winner pick got immunity, and Deb's winner pick got voted out.
Oh, well, now when they go to EOE now, they can't come back.
No, they can't. There's one more chance.
I think there's one more. They didn't. Did they actually say that? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Good. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens. I'm also interested. Actually, that's a really good point. I want to bring this up. Since they do know that there will be another chance to come into the game, are the idols that Natalie and Rob bought with their fire tokens available should they win the next opportunity to come into the game, or are they wasted because they didn't enter then? That's what I want to know.
I want to know that. I had that same thought.
God, at this point, this game's going to go on till August. I'm serious.
I hope it does.
Like,
My
God,
God.
We need it to. Let's just drag all the episodes out.
Yeah, can we ramp up production and get some extra things in there and get just
Yes. I don't even care if there's not an elimination every episode. Let's just have one episode that's basically just look at the shit that Tony and Tyson did, and look at Ben tripping on the beach, and look at Sophie making fun of people. I died. I was like,
I love it when people trip and fall. It's like the greatest thing on the planet. And this guy is swinging around like Tarzan, and he just can't stop. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna bust his ass.
And look at Adam cleaning out the shit from his underwear because he's been shit all day. Poor thing.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Adam.
And you know what's unfortunate? Well, actually, it's not unfortunate. What's fortunate for Adam and everybody else on the island is that they're used to living without toilet paper for so long. So they've well adjusted to this quarantine time.
Yeah, it's like all you have to do to learn how to make it through being quarantined without toilet paper and food is watch and take notes. Fill up your bathtub, take an aqua dump. And I don't know, scoop it out or something, but still.
You don't have to take an aqua dump, but you still have fucking running water.
Yeah, but day yourself.
Well, then you can take a shower. You don't have to sit in your own feces.
God, please, no.
Why don't we just get diapers?
Oh, you get Survivor diapers.
I mean, you have like a household full of items. You can use old socks or old washcloths to wipe your ass and throw them away. Like, we have all these socks that don't have matches. Wipe your damn ass with them.
Old school. That's how they did it back in the day. Like, women didn't even have maxi pads. Where do you think the saying on the rag came from? A rag.
I wouldn't use something that's been on my foot, though, for a rag. I don't want that fungus coming in.
You wouldn't wipe your ass with an old sock? I mean, a clean sock.
Listen, there's a reason why I'm alive today. It's because God knows I wouldn't have made it before this time period. Okay.
Oh God, no. I wouldn't have either.
No.
What a
you gotta be resourceful.
I can't even make it in this time period. Are you serious? I'm losing my mind over here.
We're all just in training for Big Brother. It's not a big deal.
I was freaking crying. I'm sitting on my couch with my cat who hates me 100%. It's solidified now. My cat hates me. Finley hates me. I'm sitting there and I'm crying over Tyson Apostle getting back in the house because I'm happy for once in my life.
Not the house.
Shit. I'm not happy that I sold my house. I'm not happy that I'm getting another house. I could give a shit because I'm stuck in the old house and I can't leave. But Tyson's back on. He made it back from some extinction. It's amazing. God. And my voice is back.
Oh
Listen.
My God, we're losing our minds.
I know. This is what happens when we don't have our babysitter around.
And we can talk about whatever we want.
You mean the killer of all joy?
Yes.
Pawpaw's not here to troll us.
Pawpaw. The Pawpaw Patrol.
Matt Henning's trying to be Pawpaw in chat. Listen, we will talk about what we want to talk about when we want to. It's our show, Matt Henning. Come on.
Listen, here's the thing. We've been cooped up. We're gone. Everyone's losing their shit. We're all on quarantine lockdown. We've been living for Survivor for a week, and now it's over. Exactly. I mean, I'm about to go throw my mask on. Let's all just put our shit on and talk about it.
Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this?
I was in Target before the shit really hit the fan. And I am behind a guy who's got like a 3-year-old sitting in the front of the buggy. The kid is licking the arm thing, going all over it and putting it in his mouth. And I'm just like, do I say something? This kid's got coronas everywhere, on his face, in his tongue, in his mouth.
No. Oh, God.
I'm gonna die.
Speaking of which, my dad pulled out this joke today, okay? And then I think we should move on from Corona just because I know that like people are trying to escape. But my dad pulled out, he's like, you know what? We're in the middle of the woods, we're in the middle of the Adirondacks right now. Like we're gonna have to be really careful coming up soon. Like there are gonna be ticks all around and Lyme disease is growing every year. And I'm like, yeah, we'll have to make sure that we're on the lookout for ticks as we're like clearing stuff out or whatever. And he's like, yeah, it'd be really horrible to have Corona with Lyme.
Oh, Jesus, Dad. Doom and fuck.
Cool. And then he went, do you get it? Yeah, I got it, Dad. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Dad joke.
Dad joke.
Anyway.
But I thought this was a great episode. I thought it was fun to see Tyson back. I always go nuts when they do the pole challenge because I'm waiting for someone's toenail to pop off their foot.
Oh, God, no.
Nick's feet were bleeding. Did you see that?
Was that from that competition?
Oh, wait. Allison, I lost you there. I can't hear you anymore. Oh, you're muted. Oh, no!
You're muted.
All right, well, Deb and I will continue.
Okay.
There we go.
That's better.
There we go.
There's something.
Yeah, my mom turns to me and goes, is that new blood or old blood? But I thought she was trying to say old school or new school. I was like, well, Nick is new school and so is Jeremy. And she's like, no, the blood on his feet. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of looked old. It looked like it was already bandaged.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No.
I'm just saying I was agreeing with Matt. This was kind of an underwhelming pole challenge. People were kind of just sliding off really quick. And I think that had a lot to do with it raining. Dude, I don't know what it is about watching Sophie shiver like she was cold before the challenge. I started shaking like I was cold. What is that?
Oh, my God. Well, this was... there's quite a few survivors. Adam's one of them, which he alluded to with the cyclone, but there's quite a few survivors who played seasons where it just like didn't stop raining. Denise is one of them. Like she was on the like most losing streak of all time while simultaneously never getting a reward and being in the rain for like, I think it was like 26 of the 39 days that she was there.
That's miserable.
Which is crazy. So this was something that was interesting to me. I literally looked to my parents and I was like, with this rain, with Denise's body type being that she is very short and very fit and very lean, I can see her winning this challenge. I said, I don't see Ben or Tony winning this. And I was thinking about the guys and I was like, it's going to be like Wendell or Jeremy. I was really happy that Nick tried his best and like almost won out. But I wasn't shocked by either of the two winners. I am obviously very stoked that Queen Denise won because she probably would have gone home.
She would have definitely gone home because everybody has already acknowledged that she already has a resume.
She slayed the queen. Sophie said it's good to see someone has a resume. It made me very nervous when she was telling the story. Like they said, like, you're just listening to some lady at a bar tell a story. You know, I had an idol and she had an idol.
I won't be telling that story.
All this stuff. I pulled out my idol and then the bitch went home.
If anything, I would have shortened that. I would have been like, I had an idol, I saved myself, and I was the sole vote for Sandra. Like, yeah, is that a resume? Sure, but it's not as like, well, she offered me this, and then this happened, and blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't need to go into the full details in that moment.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Just saying. Yeah. But I also, like, I'm interested to see what her play is moving forward, because I think she actually, by winning immunity, yes, does that put more of a target on her? Of course. But I also think that she so effortlessly was like, I will go along with your plans. Like, let's do something you want. I think that they know better than to make her feel like she's on the bottom, because what happened last time? She took out the queen, like, just by herself, single-handedly. So I feel like if she were to get out, I don't think it would be something that she sees coming. It's got to be a blindside against her. And I think that Tony he made a big point of it last week. I like that she has made a big move because I want people who are big targets with me. Jeremy's saying that. I don't know if he's really in on that or not. I know that it was his gameplay in Second Chances, but I don't know. I think that she could find herself as a number and take herself a few more eliminations before her name comes up again.
I don't think that they're going to keep her as a meat shield, because to me, Denise is not a meat shield.
No, not a meat shield, but a move shield, a resume shield.
You need to get her out, because if you keep her in front of you, she's going to keep doing what she's doing. And I'll be honest with you, I love Denise. I'm on the Denise Stapley train with you 100%.
Yeah.
But that move with Sandra scares the shit out of me.
It was too big.
Zero trust.
It was too big
pre-merge
as well. That's what that's what the danger is that it's a pre-merge move that was massive. One of the best moves ever in Survivor. This is the time for her to save her ass. If she can make it through the next 2 eliminations, people are going to forget about that because they're going to be so focused on what are people doing right now. And what are the moves that people have made now that we've merged? Like, what is Tyson doing now that he's back in the game? Like, people are like, Wendell's named Sophie tonight. I mean, Wendell's out of the game now. But I think Sophie? So
I think the fact that she was willing to write down Adam's name makes her look like an easy number, which is very appealing to a lot of people, that they could, bring her in as a number. So hopefully her being that easy will make her, more appealing to people.
Totally. And she won Philippines by being the number. She didn't, she went to every tribal council and was the number for people. I think she was on the wrong side of the vote like 2 times.
I could, if she keeps burying her winning immunity, or better yet, just not even winning immunity, just burying her head in the sand and laying low, I think she could definitely make it to the final 4, make it to the end. Great. I could definitely see her in the end. But to me, there's no trust there. I just don't know what she's going to do. If I'm your number 1 on day 1, but you don't think I'm going to be your number 1 on day 39, I don't know. Adam is just getting, this guy is just.
Poor Adam.
Poor Adam. He is just skating. It's like every week this kid is shitting his pants at tribal council. That's it.
Oh my God.
Jeez. He's a bird that won't flush.
I hope he brought multiple skivvies with him. Poor
my God, that's insane. Y'all, I can't hang. I get every night after tribal, I gotta go clean my underwear. You guys got me shitting over here.
He's a cat with 9 lives in this game.
He's a dog dragging his ass across the carpet. All around.
He's got worms. He's dead.
They're talking about Nick just popping up in conversations.
Oh my God, that was funny.
It's true, but it's not like Adam, who is scurrying or going around the camp in a circle like a
Oh my
dog with an
God.
itchy butthole. I mean, that's just him, just pulling himself around.
Oh
Oh
my
my God, is
God.
it me? I don't know what's going on. And then he goes
Yeah.
to Ben and tries to ask Ben what's going on. He's like, dude, I just got here. I don't know, just got here. What the fuck do you mean you just got here? From another planet? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Don't be
the thing with
obvious.
Nick, the thing with Nick, where he kept on like showing up in people's conversations, it reminded me of an episode of Seinfeld. Remember the one guy that they called him the sidler? And he would just like sidle onto somebody. And he had to put Tic Tacs in his pocket so they knew when he was coming.
Oh my God.
I have so been Nick in like 80% of my life. Like I'll just walk up to a conversation. I don't give a shit. I
That
will.
is literally what playing a sequester mini is just playing Nick.
Yeah, you're just
walk
like,
into a room.
okay.
Hey, I'm a part of this now. Thanks. Bye.
Speaking of sequester minis,
of-
I have to brag for a second. This girl down here won a sequester mini this past weekend.
Yay! It was fun.
And so we've got some sequester winners
I'm just saying.
on the show. So
Look at that.
yeah.
It's Deb's turn next.
I came close the last time I played a mini.
We're,
I-
yeah. Like,
I came,
what place were you? You were like.
it took me to the fifth because they knew if I got to the final that
I'm just saying. And you know what? If I can just for a second humble brag, which is not so
Just
humble
humble
bragging.
brag. You've earned it. Do it.
Somebody pointed out that my placements are the same as Parvati in the first 3 times that she played, which is 6th place, 2nd/3rd, and 1st. And so therefore I am now the Parvati, as I like to say, of sequester mini.
You are the Parvati of sequester. Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
If you're the Parvati of
Okay.
sequester, who am I from Survivor in the sequester world?
Okay. The queen? Do you want to be the queen?
I don't know if I want to be Sandra because I'm still not going to pull that flag.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Strong female winner.
I could be a dude.
No, I'm talking about you though. Strong
okay.
female winner, sassy mouth. You played a very under the radar game though. I don't know. Are you
I feel like I'm Tony because my ass is high, digging, making my chef.
Time out. If the 3 of us were on Survivor, who would last the longest? I have to say
You.
no.
Beth.
No,
Because
I'm
Beth
allergic
and I've
to
already discussed it. She and I aren't making it off the boat that they tossed us out of.
Yeah, but
So
they
I'm
haven't
just
been
gonna-
tossing them out of the boat. They have not been doing that.
I'll get eliminated first and have outlasted you guys. Like Allison's getting medically evacuated. Like that's happening. She's
That's
gonna
from
fall
the
out of the
look of
boat.
the
It's gonna
damn
be the
I
worst
passed the
belly
fuck
flop
out.
you've ever seen, and then you have to evacuate her. And Deb's gonna get to the first immunity challenge and just be like, I don't know if I can do this. It doesn't quit. That's not the thing. But then I don't know, something happens and the tribe just unanimously goes, all right, Deb, you're out. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't quit. I wouldn't quit.
No, none of us would quit. But I'm trying to think. Like, I think the 3 of us, that would be.
I have
That
a
would
little
be
more
like-
moxie than that.
No, you got a little bit more moxie. I'm saying like the tribe would go. I don't know. We're just
Oh no, they would drag my ass along. I am the ultimate fucking goat. They would drag my goat ass to the end.
I would never quit on Survivor, but I feel like the tribe would insist that I do. Like we would, yes, Allison, you need to go ahead and just blow your own torch out. Just go blow yourself out. You're good. We insist. No, it's fine. We won't even
You're
vote
just
you.
gonna stop at blow yourself.
No, it's itself.
Blow
blow
yourself.
yourself. Just blow yourself. Not a big deal.
But
oh my
okay. Well, anyway,
All right, yes, sidetrack. Well, thank you for your kind words. I'm very excited about that.
it's a good feeling. It's fun. It's
fun. It was nice.
good because you got out and then back in. Like
I
Tyson.
know. Well, somebody earlier in the chat, I think it was Joseph, was like, yeah, Beth won by Chris Underwooding it. And I want to say I played a hell of a lot more game than Chris Underwood did.
Girl, own that game.
Chris Underwood came in at the final 5. What? And then
she wasn't even wearing blue panties.
I know. I didn't have a
big
snake.
boa constrictor in them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have
that thing around the.
Thank you, Chris Underwood.
Thank you, Chris Underwood. Every time. You.
I saw a GIF this past week, and I was just like, well, somewhere Deb is just thanking Chris.
Repeatedly alone in the dark.
And over.
Repeatedly. So, let's see here in the chat. Kevin Lee is asking, Sophie and Sarah and Jeremy, don't they still have their advantages?
Jeremy does until final 10. So he does for this next coming tribal, and the one after that will be the final.
And what is the advantage that he has?
He can leave.
He can leave. Yeah, before the votes are cast, before he can get up to vote, he can leave at any point, and he's immune, but he also doesn't vote.
See, I think that he and Denise have I think the spotlight's on the two of them. I think one of them would have gone tonight if they had not won immunity 100%. And I think he is not a dumb player. He needs to do that next week if he does not have immunity.
Yeah, I think that
I wouldn't even chance it right now. I would just, I don't know. That's just me.
If he is the one, like I think, that voted for Wendell and not Nick or Michelle, which I'm pretty sure Nick and Michelle are the ones that voted with Wendell.
Yeah.
If Jeremy is the one that did end up flipping on him tonight, I think that he would have socially solidified himself better than if he hadn't. I think that Denise and Jeremy was putting himself in a too overtly of a great social player position, in addition to being strong and challenges. And in a way that Denise is also a good social player, but she hides in the background. He's a more overt social player. Like, you can't miss his social play. Denise is more on a one-on-one basis that you get it. So he
tried to be under the radar and ended up being the one not only on the radar, controlling the radar and pointing the radar on him damn self and getting Wendell out.
And I kind of think Wendell kind of felt that a little bit, because it kind of showed when he left his tokens and left them to. I mean, he left them to Nick and Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And it makes sense.
And Nick even said to Michelle at Tribal Council, did you know?
And she had no idea. No,
and he said, "Not me either." And then it panned over to Jeremy, and you could tell that Jeremy was like feeling guilty, like, "Well, I had to do it, but I had to vote out my own guy." So
Jeremy did vote out Wendell.
That's what I think. I mean, we'll have to see when they. I think they normally release the actual votes tomorrow morning, like the next morning. So we'll have to watch that on YouTube. So other people, I want to talk about the 3 tribes coming into the merge, and which tribe do we think is actually sticking together? Because Sally's kind of a hot mess. I mean, those 3 did.
Oh, I don't even know.
The 3 of them technically did stick together, just Wendell went. But then on top of that, you had Yara, where you had like that weird Adam Ben moment. But other than that, Sophie was assuring Adam. Sarah could have gone either way on Adam. Ben was with Sarah a lot. So that tribe was interesting to me, because I was like, I wonder if they're going to try to solidify, like, if Sarah and Sophie are going to try to solidify Ben and Adam as numbers for them, or if they're just going to be like, we will talk with them, but we're not tight with them.
See, I like what Tony said during Tribal Council. We're not playing a personal game. We're playing a strategic game. Yep. So to me, I didn't get the feeling at all when they merged that they were sticking to original groups. I felt like everyone was playing. Mm-hmm. And I kind of liked that, because normally it's like, oh, well, we have the numbers, so we'll just pick off like they were really strategically going for someone. They knew that Jeremy and Wendell were tight. They knew that you really want to get Jeremy. You need to cut him out off at the knees, as they said, and get rid of Wendell. And I think they made the right decision doing that. And Wendell, I think probably with the merge, I think he would have been a little bit quieter and a little less like he's been lately, but we'll never know. because now he's on edge of extinction, and Jeremy like I said, trying to fly under the radar actually.
And I also agree. I don't think it's along tribal lines. I do think that there is so many social events for, these reality TV things that, they all socialize, they get together, they're friends, and you can see who's really, really close hanging out together.
Yeah, there are. It's like
I've seen it myself. So
yeah. Because Matt said they were all moving parts. I didn't see any tribal bonds. And that's very true. This isn't like a new group of people who've never played Survivor before. I think, if this was regular Survivor with brand new players who'd never played together before or ever met a day in their life, I think when you merge, that's normal to stick to your numbers. But I think when you're in a situation like this with all winners, you do tend to really like Tony said, my winner pick. It's in the God. I wish Tyler was there so we could just light up. Who?
He sent that. He sent that. You can put it up if you.
Let me see.
Can we talk about how bitter Boston Rob sounds,
dude? For real.
For real, like
I ain't
bitter.
Well, I mean, he lost by a sheer second, so I can.
He lost by a second, so he's going to go back to edge of extinction, even more bitter.
Right. Oh, goodness.
So on Team Alex, he's only got Denise.
Well, Wendell should be out.
Yeah, Wendell. Yeah, he doesn't have Wendell anymore, but he's got Denise and
who the hell is Alex?
Alex Kidwell. This is what we did. We did this a year ago. We did this like a freaking year ago. And of course, I still have Sarah, Tony. But I have everyone except freaking
the only person who is actually legitimately out of the game.
I am going to win again. I have the winner pick.
I think you're going to win again.
I think it's going to be, I've said I think it's going to be Tony. I've said it a million times. I love Tony. I don't care what anybody thinks.
I'm interested to see, so the big targets that came together were Jeremy, Tyson, Tony, and Ben, right? Mm-hmm. They were like, we're the big targets. And where are your women in that? Do you really think that those 4 guys are going to be able to stick together and not be targeted by Sophie or Sarah or anything at some point? Like,
the guys will turn on themselves before women will.
Exactly. So that's my point is like, if I were them, I would think of that as like, I need to make sure that I'm solid with other people, which is what I do.
You need to bring some women in.
Listen, why aren't they thinking, Denise, like we talked about, has the biggest resume right now. So she's not a meat shield, although she just won immunity as well. I don't know. She's not a meat shield, but she has a resume and she's a loyal number. So why wouldn't you think about her in that way? They keep talking about Kim being a meat shield is another big target person. And Sarah is definitely a big target person. So I know that Sarah's also been working with them, but you can't have like 7 people running a 12-person, 11-person tribe. Like that's too many people. So it's just interesting that instead of looking at who are the people that have multiple connections that we can kind of like manipulate and use for numbers, like if they were smart, I think they would have said, you know what, we're the big numbers, but we need to pull in people like Sarah and Sophie. If they pulled in Sarah, Sophie, and then somebody like, because Adam's desperate, pull in the desperate person. Pull in somebody that's obviously on the bottom. They'll do whatever you want.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Can I get I'm trying to be able to.
And where are the idols right now? Is it just Sophie?
I like that.
And Kim.
Oh, Kim has one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we still need to find out whether or not Rob and
if they're
not get to keep the idols that they purchased.
Yeah.
Hi, Valencia. How are you, hon? I just want to say Valencia is one of these people that is still working out in the public. Be safe and be kind, everybody. Remember, we love you. Thank you. And that is true. It's the same thing in other, like the men get together and they have numbers. Like the women are just completely just swept to the side. I don't get it. I don't understand.
They underestimate their power.
They do. They
underestimate the power of the vagina.
Oh, listen, if these women come together, Denise, Sarah, Sophie, Kim, like, come on, Michelle. I mean, But if you put those women, if you put those women together, like kind of an unstoppable team, to be perfectly honest.
They're just going to pull in Adam because he's so cute.
Yes, they would pull in.
Adam is like a chick. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean,
but they all have their own guy, for the exception
honorary
of
chick.
Sophie. I mean, Sophie might have Nick. Maybe. I don't know. Michelle has Nick, okay? But like Sophie doesn't really have a guy. She would probably team up more with Tyson than anybody else, or maybe Kim would. But they all have somebody that they can team up with. Sarah's obvious with Tony. Denise has Adam. There's just all these people. Sarah actually could also have Ben. I mean, there are people they could literally team up with and be like, okay, this time we're going for Jeremy. Okay, cool. This time we're going for this person. They wouldn't see it coming. I hope that's what happens.
Yeah. I can't wait for next week because it looks like this shit hits the fan. I think Nick throws Sarah's name out there. And of course, they end the preview with Adam crying. It's just a staple.
Here's the thing. I want to put this out here. My theory is that Adam is not talking about social gameplay with Nick playing with fire. I think he's literally talking about Tony literally playing with fire.
He's talking about himself in third person.
I would not be surprised.
Because Adam is sliding around, shooting himself in the foot, doing something. I don't know. And Nick is just popping up in conversations. This is hilarious. I love it.
Yes. I love it. So we need to get Nick some Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
So we can hear him coming.
Jarrett came up with a good comment in the chat. What if Sarah wins again to break the male winner curse again? That would be
awesome. I would like a Sarah win. I like Sarah.
I think Sarah, in my opinion, if Sarah wins again, I do think she is the best, the best winner of all time. And you all can disagree with that to the high heavens, but she would have proved 2 different times that she can win 2 seasons against returning players and do it in such a masterful way, taking advantage of advantages and idols, social gameplay, physical gameplay, under the radar game, overt gameplay. She literally can do everything. So if she wins again, my hat tips to her.
Oh, and don't worry. If people disagree with you, they will let us know.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried that they were afraid of voicing their opinions.
And they will say things like, if you watch the show, you would know.
To watch the show, I just come up with the shit out of my ass. Just
I've been watching the show for 20 years. Take a seat. Exits to your left. Bye. What the hell? Get your own damn show. We don't care. But thanks for the video. Okay.
Anyway. Well, by the way, before we end, are y'all watching Australian Survivor? Did you watch?
I have not had frickin' time. I have not had time to watch Survivor. However, I did find the time to binge watch The Tiger King.
The hell, girl? Come on, Australian Survivor, the finale.
Listen, when I get done moving and I am in the house and I'm back in my little zone, trust me, I'm going to catch up on all kinds of stuff. I want to play game. People have asked me to play game online, and I just haven't had time to do it. I'm working from home right now. And I don't think people realize I'm still working, even though I'm working from home. It's not like it's just I'm not in an office. I'm actually working. So no, I can't play a game in the middle of the day, but I can listen to Tiger King while I'm working. Okay.
When Allison has finished that box of Jose Cuervo,
let me tell you something.
She will.
I'll be lit like the is that lit box. Listen, y'all.
Should be as lit as that Christmas tree.
I roll up at Natalie's Wine and Liquor down the street from my house. Natalie's. I don't drink anymore, but it's funny. They still know me from there, which is really sad. But I just roll up my car and I roll my window down because, you can't have any contact with them. I'm not here for no, I haven't had that regular in 5 years. I need box that it came in. I need box.
I'll just pop my trunk.
I'll load up my car because there's nothing better than rolling up to Captain Obvious's house with a bunch of empty liquor boxes. And it's like, I thought you were close to 1,000 something days here, Allison. I am. It's just the boxes. I may stick my head in the box and like crack, but it ain't, It is
No, you're not.
Oh
great
my
boxes.
God.
Listen, liquor boxes are sturdy as
Yeah,
hell.
they are.
There are.
Yeah, they
But
are.
anyway, the point is, everybody has to get through this tough time right now, and Survivor is definitely something that we look forward to every week. And people are binge watching a lot of stuff. I just did Tiger King. I'm gonna do my own little shit review.
Oh
of that.
my God, Allison, can we start calling you Allison Exotic?
Just call me Al Exotic, or just Allison Exotic. Al Exotic. Alex.
I have not watched this
Just
shit
don't
show.
call me Carol Baskin, okay?
Oh my God,
That
Allison
bitch killed her
Baskin.
husband. Okay, listen. Okay, I learned a lot from that show. I did learn that if you feed someone to a tiger, that is like the perfect way to get rid of them.
No one
because
will prove it otherwise.
they can't. The acid in their stomach is made. It's like they are a walking. What do they call it when you get your ash? You're not. You're
Like
when
crematorium?
they're like a crematorium.
Oh my
You know,
God.
they can't even do an autopsy to prove if you were in there. I'm like, I don't need to be hearing this because I got a list.
So do they digest the bones too?
Yes, I have a list. I've had a list for a bit, and I'm sitting here 3 weeks, 4 weeks at home. Bitch, I got a list.
Oh my God. I can't.
Okay.
I have not seen this shit show because I don't have Netflix.
I'm going to give you my Netflix login if you're going to watch that.
You want to watch it? How many episodes is it? Do I have to binge?
It's only 7, and they're only 40 minutes long. And like I said, I had it on while I was and I'm just kind of looking over like the fuck. So, and I got my parents to watch it, and my dad said, "I'm not taking any more recommendations from you."
Oh my God. The other thing that we can look forward to, just because we do so much with Sequester, and we also love our fellow podcasters at Rob Has a Podcast, is that this Friday at 8:00 p.m. on sequesteraccess.com /live feeds, they are going to be doing a live mini with 18 of the Rob Has a Podcast podcasters competing to see who will win a Sequester mini online. So I think if you're a fan of Sequester, you should definitely tune into that. It should be a pretty exciting stuff. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think Rob's out first, though.
I think
no, I don't think so. No,
I think Rob's out first. And what is okay? Can I bitch for a second?
Of
course you can.
I don't give a shit that it's Taryn's birthday and that's why he can't play in the mini on Friday. That's horse shit.
He's not going out to dinner. He's not going out to dinner.
No exotic tiger exotic zoo shit. And I'm going to tell you why. I've covered shows on my birthday. Plus, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Are you going out to dinner? I don't think so. You're going curbside. You're going to the curb to get some food. You're not hanging out with a bunch of people. You just don't be a pussy, Taryn. Play the damn game. Okay? That's it. That's all I have to say.
With love.
With love, because I love Taryn. But I
love Taryn too. I would love to see Taryn compete in a mini, though.
I want to see it.
Fun.
I want to see it, and I'm pissed off that he's not doing it.
I am really excited for a few of the people who, I mean, for all of them, but like I'm very excited to see like Shannon Gates on there and Mary and some of these.
I don't want to be a room moderator so bad.
Mary's a Sequester alumni, right?
Yeah.
And Michelle Meyer.
Meech
brothers.
Meech.
Meech. It's going to be good. So yeah, check that out. What is it? 8 Central, 8
Eastern.
8 Eastern, 7 Central
on Friday, sequesteraccess.com /live feeds. So definitely, if you're not following Sequester Access on YouTube, click that follow button and subscribe to them. Subscribe to us as well. And we may or may not be doing a podcast this weekend. I think Tyler and myself, Deb, I don't know if you're interested in doing this or not, but I think Tyler and myself are thinking about doing a review of the mini of on Saturday or something. So
I'm not geeking out on a Saturday.
I love geeking out on a Saturday. I have nothing else better to do.
Now, aren't 2 guys doing a draft or something?
Braden and
Bill
are
Bill
doing
Methling and Braden
are doing a draft, so that'll be fun to
by the way, Braden, that was some dirty gameplay in that mini. You started out in a room with Braden, and no sooner was and y'all like solidified a little alliance right there. No sooner did he get out of that room, he was throwing your ass under the bus.
He was trying to get Miles out and then try to get Miles to drag me. And that's what happened. And that particular plan didn't work. And I immediately heard of it, knew that it was BS. And then when I got voted out, so here's the skinny, here's the tea.
No, you got drug out.
I got dragged out. And when I got dragged out with, I was also with Jess and Robert, and we got to watch the gameplay because in order to get back into the game, we were told you have to make the most savage speech about the people who are left in the game. So, and whoever the audience deems as being the most savage one will come back into the game. So Jess Yeager, who was second place queen of Sequester season 3.
She's not a savage.
She was so cute, but it was
she's adorable.
Jess and Robert were just saying like, this person said this about you, blah, blah, blah. And I was just going old school reads like, so-and-so is flipping her hair almost as much as she's flipping on her allies. That you could tell that person's a track star because he's running from room to room in order, like, those were the things that we were doing, right? So we then had all the ammunition to go after Braden. So he got his up and comments after that. But.
I love it. And I just want to say thanks to Audrey for putting all these minis together because it's bringing back the Sequester old school during such a dark time, and it's really nice, and I absolutely love it. And listen, I love Rob Has a Podcast, and no shade at Taryn, he's not a pussy. I just want him to play that bad that I'm trying to force him to. So, but who cares?
We're gonna shame him into playing. Don't be a pussy.
I'm shaming you into playing because I'm a patron of Rob Has a Podcast, and I listen to you every day during the summer. The Big Brother live feed updates. I need you to play Sequester. Okay.
That's right.
Anyway, I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
We're gonna.
Who do you guys think is gonna go home next week? We'll just end with that.
I think that Jeremy.
I'm not gonna say my queen. I think that she is in trouble though. I'm gonna say Ben.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be someone that we don't see coming. Yeah, really? I think it's gonna be someone we don't see coming.
I don't know.
Really, it's hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell. It's so hard to tell.
They're doing a better job with editing in order to not make it completely obvious. But I also think like they aren't putting all the details in there just to kind of surprise audience members too. And we haven't heard from Kim at all, like in a few episodes really. So
that she's there.
I mean, I had to point out that's Kim to my parents a couple times tonight.
Sometimes that's good.
But that's a good thing. Exactly. So like at this stage of the game, good thing, but you want to start building a resume at some point. So I can see someone who isn't driving the storyline going next. So like I think of a Ben, I think of a Kim, someone like that. I think that Sarah might use her steal a vote next week. You don't know, especially if she feels like she's in trouble.
I love not knowing.
I like not knowing too.
I really do. Yeah. I love not knowing.
That's why I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we really, really appreciate it. We'll be back next week for episode 9 of Survivor Winners at War at 9/8 Central. Please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube, and you can find us on Instagram at My Weekly Meltdown. I haven't posted. I need to post some more stuff on there. You can follow me, the.memphis.darling, my cat Finley at Finley's Insty, FINLEY_INSTI. You can find Debbie at My Next Life Debbie on Twitter in the boxes, and Beth at A Gust of Wind 11.
Yeah.
And she's also on Twitch.
Yeah.
I sound like a nana.
No, listen, I do have a Switch as well, but that's just.
We don't know about that Switch.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, Tyler's out here. But we love you guys, and we really appreciate. I'm real excited because when I move, I'll be able to do more shows, and it'll be more than once a week. Like if we want to do a Friday night show or a Saturday night show, we can do it. Or I am so excited to freaking starting in May. It's going to be.
Are you going to have your own office?
I'm going to have another studio.
You're going to paint the wall green and have a green screen?
Listen, my son is going to be temporarily living with us, so he will be in my studio. So I will have another temporary setup, but I'm going to have my damn ring light back. It's going to be better. I'm going to have my mic, my double screen.
It's so nice to have the ring light.
I have to listen. Look, this is not cutting it. This little freaking thing.
I have a lamp behind.
It is horrible. Like this is better lighting off the monitor. I don't even know. It's just gonna
seriously. I took the shade off the lamp and I just have it behind my laptop.
Corona will be over and no one will care.
Hopefully.
No one will want to watch the show. So that is about it. We appreciate it again, guys. Thank you so much. And please tune into Sequester at sequesteraccess.com this Friday at
8/7 Central.
8/7 Central to watch the Rob Has a Podcast. 18 people, including Rob Cesternino and Brent Wagamont, play in a Sequester Mini. It'll be a lot of fun. We really appreciate it. And that is about it. Woo! Okay.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.